and you're live.
Hey, all right. Good afternoon on this Wednesday. This is Rob Carter from the Alaska Division of Ag. I'm standing in for Director David Shady because he is out and about today. And we thought it'd be a good time to update everyone on industrial hemp. We haven't been on and talked about our industrial hemp program for probably a few months now. I know Dave touched base on it, but we thought since we had a few minutes of everybody's time while they're eating their lunch that we could give everybody an update. So not going to use up all your time today like normal on a 30-minute go, but we'll see how far we make it. If you do have any questions, drop them in the comments. I cannot see those, but we have a moderator looking at them for us. So everybody wonders what's behind me. I guess we'll start off there. So I encourage everyone to ask questions if there are any. I can't see those, but we will have somebody chime in and I'll try to answer them. This is one of our hemp plants we grew out for compliance testing here just about a month ago. So a quick roundup on our program and where we're at. We are still running under the 2014 Farm Bill, but did get legislation passed and signed into law this year. So this winter over the next December, January, we'll be updating our regulations to match that 2018 USDA Farm Bill and the USDA AMS program, so we can submit a state plan hopefully and get that approved for the production of industrial hemp in our state. I think it's going to be a good addition. I think that it'll be a few more things that we need to add, but as long as we can get in compliance with both the old and the new, it should be pretty easy to move forward if you want to be a producer of industrial hemp in Alaska. I will tell you that in the 2021 growing season, we had a total of 70 acres registered. Not all that was produced on and not all of that was harvested on. We did end up with some people just cover cropping with that industrial hemp and mowing it back under. They just didn't have the time to harvest. The weather wasn't appropriate for them to be able to make a harvest, or floral material like on the top of this plant you see behind me green screen. Those were just not of high enough quality for the cost of harvesting that plant material. But we did have 4 growers register with our program in the state, have a successful production year. I think the greatest part about that is all industrial hemp that was produced and harvested in the state of Alaska in 2021 passed all compliance testing and was well below the 0.3% THC level that the feds and our state regulations and law require. To this point, from my communication with all industrial hemp programs around the country, we're the only state that didn't have a hot crop again for the second year in a row. So kudos to everyone that grew this year in our program, making good selections from our list of approved varieties, because we really determined in the last 2 years, looking at data from our program, other programs, that good selection and genetics on the seed that you plant is really what keeps you down in that lower levels. So that's great news, and we have the first Alaska grown industrial hemp products going out on the market right now as I speak. They're being sold around. So keep an eye out on them. Some growers are trialing some processing to see what kind of post-harvest process products we can develop here in state, make available for sale to Alaskans and hopefully to exports to other states or other countries. So that's pretty exciting news. If we go on beyond what we produced this year, we still have a ton of registered retailers around the state, a ton of endorsed products around the state at those. They are both available for the consumer and for other registered retailers on our website. You can find that at plants.alaska.gov, industrial hemp tab on the left, and then scroll down to the second blue box and you'll see approved hemp retailers and hemp products. I will tell everyone out there, if you are interested or buying or consuming industrial hemp derivatives, please look at that list and make sure that those products that you are purchasing carry a valid endorsement. That endorsement is there just to protect us and our program and the consumers and the processors and retailers around the state, showing that they've been tested free from contaminants. I think it's very important that to build this industry, that all of the products that are available for sale in Alaska have met our state testing and contaminant levels, because we don't want anybody to have any ill effects of consuming any of those products. A lot of products derived from industrial hemp are wellness products, so they are consumed or absorbed through someone's skin. No point taking them if they're full of heavy metals or pesticides. So that endorsement is a process where we evaluate those products based on their certificate of analysis and third-party lab testing to make sure that they're safe for individuals. That being said, everyone out there that is offering for sale industrial hemp or industrial hemp derivatives, by law in the state of Alaska and our regulations, you need to be registered under our program. That program then shows the general public where you are and that the products you're selling are safe for people to consume or use. Any of those registered retailers out there also must make sure that the products that they're offering for sale carry an endorsement. And I know that sounds a little different. It's a regulated crop federally and here in the state. And we want to make sure that, again, those products are tested safe for human and animal consumption or absorption. So keep an eye on that list. We update it about every 2 weeks. It's growing every day. We had a significant amount of endorsement applications dropped on us this week. And so we're working through those. If you're a hemp distributor or seller currently and are unaware of our program, hop online, find our program. Again, send us an email at industrialhemp@alaska.gov. We'll help you work through the process and make sure that the products you sell are safe, that they can get an endorsement, and then get you registered to make sure you're in compliance with current regulations. We have been out here recently in the last weeks, specifically in the South Central area, meeting new industrial hemp businesses that are offering products for sale or making products, and getting them in line with regulation. But we still see businesses out there and products out there that, one, don't carry an endorsement, and two, are sold or offered for sale by someone that isn't registered with our program. So we just want to make sure that everyone is in compliance. Again, to build a good industry, we got to make sure that our products are safe, that we know where they're coming from, they're not synthetics, and they're not contaminated. So we encourage everyone to reach out to us with any questions you have, to reach out to us if you are a current retailer, registered retailer, or if you're not, or if you just have questions about industrial hemp. We answer a plethora of those too, for not only businesses, but for the consumers and just Alaskans in general. We are out issuing notices of violations for those that, have been issued an order that says, hey, you need to join our program. You need to make sure your products are endorsed. And that's going to be ramping up through the end of the year and definitely beyond that, because we want to make sure that it's fair and equal to everyone that's involved in industrial hemp. There's a lot of people that have put a time and energy into growing industrial hemp and making sure that their products are clean, that their raw materials clean. And so we want to make sure that everyone out there is doing the same. And if you, again, have questions, hop online, industrialhemp@alaska.gov. Shoot us an email with any questions you have. We're more than willing to work with you through our process, either for endorsement or registration. If you're interested in growing either in a controlled environment through the winter or through outdoor field production in 2022, reach out to us. We'll help you with the application. Those are also on plants.alaska.gov and available there. Please feel free to reach out to us if you are in the idea of filling out an application, submitting it, if you want help, if you have questions. We have 2 new applications that are going to go online next week that should simplify that process for the applicant and as well for us in being able to approve those applications a little more rapidly because we do have a significant turnaround at the end of every calendar year. Again, this is just a reminder for everyone out there that Alaska does have an industrial hemp program like most other states. Our program is seed to shelf. And so we want to make sure that anything grown, anything processed, and anything offered for sale is registered and endorsed with our program and that those products are safe. So that's really the intent of trying to build this new agricultural sector in Alaska. And we saw success in 2021. So I'm excited. I think most everyone else should be excited about that because it's a new crop and we had successful harvest that met the legal definition of industrial hemp. And again, if you have questions, please reach out to us. If you are new to the industry, please reach out to us. If you're old to the industry and you haven't just seen our program or been aware of our program and the requirements of our program, a simple email or a phone call to us, I think will get everybody headed in the right direction and we can explain and answer any questions that you have. Again, the enforcement's ongoing with the holidays coming up with Turkey Day next week. And then of course, the holidays throughout the end of December. Again, you'll probably start to see my face and a couple other staff members' faces as we go out and about around the entire state to touch base with our current registered retailers and processors, as well as those that don't currently carry a registered retailer's registration. And then we'll be validating that all products that are offered for sale, either in person, online, to or into Alaska, carry a valid endorsement, so those products are tested safe. Again, no point taking something if it's contaminated with a bunch of stuff that's not good for you. But that's really where we're at with our program. We're going to continue to do trials here at the division, evaluating a ton of new cultivars and varieties that are out on the market, and seed is available. This one behind me was actually just grown here. It was strictly for floral production for CBD extraction, and it's at around about 0.17% Delta 9 THC and about 9.5% CBD on a dry weight basis. So a real performer for those that are into plant production. But again, making a really clean and amazing product that hopefully will get developed in and by businesses in Alaska, and build to have those products regularly available. So again, we've had a couple people join our Alaska grown program as industrial hemp producers. And so I'm excited, and I think a bunch of other people here at the division are excited to see those products grown in Alaska and made in Alaska, as Alaska grown and being available on store shelves. So that's really the roundup of our program and where we stand. I encourage everyone that's interested in industrial hemp to reach out to us. If you're already currently offering for sale or wanting to offer for sale industrial hemp, please reach out to us. But if you do currently, and you're not currently a registered retailer, processor with us, or offering products that aren't currently endorsed, expect to see us here through the coming months as we ramp up our enforcement activities, again, just to make sure that everything is safe for those out there that are purchasing these products for their wellness or their benefit. Again, I don't think, and our moderator hasn't jumped in and talked to us at all about anybody's questions. I don't know how many people are watching because I am not in the same room as them. But all in all, again, you can always reach out to us anytime at industrialhemp@alaska.gov. You can jump on our website at plants.alaska.gov and see the industrial hemp tab on the left-hand side for a bunch of information, applications, and again, a link to our email or our phone number if you want to call and communicate with us and talk about industrial hemp. So I appreciate everybody taking a couple minutes out of their lunch break today. For anybody that watched this, or I guess post lunch break, and someone watches this, because it will be available online. If you have any questions revolving industrial hemp in Alaska or around the country, we generally can answer those. So I appreciate everybody's time today to come in and watch this, or those that are watching beyond that. And again, pretty excited to see industrial hemp starting to move in a great direction, more production and more products available that were made and grown in Alaska. And we look forward to that just growing exponentially over the coming years. And so we appreciate you taking the time to at least listen to me ramble. And then again, we'll just move on. Ask me questions if you have any, if anybody's there. Again, I don't see any, but if you need them, plants.alaska.gov and industrialhemp@alaska.gov is our email address. Reach out to us. Have a wonderful day. Have a great turkey week next week and the holidays through the end of the year. And we look forward to meeting anybody that's involved in industrial hemp in the coming weeks and months. And have a wonderful day.